Alright, hi guys. Long time no see, so sorry, I've been quite busy lately with school. So today we're actually going to look at more of a special video today. We're going to look at the cardiovascular system, specifically the arteries of the body. So we're going to start from the left ventricle all the way down to the dorsal of our digitals. So let's start. First, we have actually the left ventricle. And the left ventricle will actually go to this structure called the aorta arch. Okay. Then the aorta arch will then go into the thoracic aorta. From the thoracic aorta, it's gonna go into this structure down below called the abdomen aorta itself. So from the abdomen aorta, it's then going to split into this structure called the common iliac artery. Okay, so the common iliac artery, we know is going to split into two structures. First, you have a external part, and then you have an internal part down here. Okay, so we're going to look at the internal part first. So the internal part, let's just say more properly, internal iliac artery and then external iliac artery. What happens is that the internal iliac artery is then going to split into four structures. First, we have the superior gluteal artery. Another structure will have the inferior gluteal artery. Then another structure would be the internal pudendal artery. And then another structure would be the obturator artery. Okay. From the external iliac artery, what happens is that it's going to split into this structure known as the femoral artery. Okay, and the femoral artery is then going to split into three other structures. I'm going to start here. So it's actually called the deep femoral artery. And the deep femoral artery will then split into this structure called the medial and lateral. The medial and lateral circumflex artery. Okay. Another branch coming off the femoral artery will actually be the genicular arteries. So the genicular arteries. So these are the ones that are going to be giving blood supply to the knee itself. And then last one, we have the popliteal. Okay. So the popliteal artery is then going to split into these two structures called the anterior tibial artery, and another one would be the posterior tibial artery. Okay, there we go. Now for the anterior tibial artery, we know that the dorsal side of the foot is on the anterior side. So for the anterior tibial artery, it's then going to split into this structure called the dorsal pedis artery. The dorsal pedis artery is then going to split into this structure called the arcuate artery. From the arcuate artery, it's then going to split into the dorsal metatarsal artery. And from the dorsal metatarsal artery, it's then going to split into this structure called the dorsal digital artery. Okay. Now let's start with our posterior tibial artery. Okay. So our posterior tibial artery is then going to split into the structure known as the fibular artery. From the fibular artery is then going to split into the structure called the medial and lateral plantar artery. The medial and lateral plantar artery is then going to split into this structure called the plantar arch. Plantar arch, then into the plantar metatarsal. Then the last one would be the plantar digital artery. And there you go. That is all of the blood supply from the left ventricle down into the foot itself. So I hope you enjoyed this video.